Welcome to another episode of 50 Shades of Shilamida with your hostess, Shilamida. I am super excited to be here with you today. I've actually been recording podcasts all day, so I'm really excited about the guests that are coming on the show this month. You guys are going to be super excited too. I wanted to briefly chat about having it all and what that actually means to you and what that means to me, right? Because for certain people, certain things mean different things. And I feel like it's important that we talk about that because we look at other people's lives and we look at them through a lens of jealousy and envy, and we forget and we don't realize that everybody's thing is different, right? Like everybody's desire is different, everybody's needs are different, everybody feels like they want what other people have, but they're not actually willing to put forth the effort in order to receive those things. So I think it's really important to know and understand, and you're going to get to hear it from my guest this month, but it's knowing and understanding what you desire. So today what I would like to invite you to do is I'd like to invite you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to start writing down all the things that you love to do, like the things that like really fuel your fire. And I want you to think outside of the box. Like, doesn't have to be like a place that you go to, but maybe it's like being outside and looking up at the stars at night, or maybe it's going for a walk and sitting next to your favorite tree, right? I want you to think of the things that make you happy that aren't necessarily attached to a financial gain. And I want you to start appreciating the things that we have access to without necessarily having access to a lot of money. Because a lot of people get lost in the world of social media and the highlight reel. And, we watch other people's lives and we're like, well, it's so easy for them because they have X, Y, and Z. And it's so easy for her because she's married to so-and-so. And it's so easy for that person because they have whatever, right? Because we create these stories in our mind that we're not good enough, we don't deserve it, we shouldn't have it. And therefore we create these scenarios around why people have what they have instead of taking personal radical responsibility for the place that we are in our lives right now. What most people fail to understand is that we're constantly co-creating with God, source, the universe, whoever it is that you believe in or what you believe in. I know some people might be watching this that don't believe in anything at all, but I really want to invite you into the thinking of that we are constantly co-creating. And if you've ever manifested, and I say that in quotations because I know some people don't know what that means, but manifesting is a constant state of creation. Everything that we're saying, we're thinking, and we're putting out into the universe is already setting its way on its motion in order to bring us what we desire or what we don't desire, right? Like a lot of people manifest a lot of bad things and they don't even realize that they're doing it. And they don't want to take any responsibility for it because they're like, I would never do that to myself, right? Like, why would I ever want an autoimmune disorder? Or why would I want to get hurt? Or why would I manifest an accident, right? But some of these things are happening because they're preparing you for the thing that you actually desire, right? So I had a friend who once wanted a new washer dryer. She just kept talking about a new washer dryer. And then one day she calls me, she's like, my washing machine just crapped out, right? So nobody wants their washing machine to stop working, but she wanted so desperately a new washer dryer that the only way she was going to go buy one was if she actually got rid of the one that she had, right? So a lot of times we won't make the move until the rug gets pulled from under us, right? I remember the very first time I got fired from a job. I was a six-figure earner and I went to the Kabbalah Center in the city and I was like super distraught and I was in total victim mode and I just needed a hug and somebody to kiss me and tell me it was going to be okay. And instead, every single person that I talked to congratulated me and I was like, what is wrong with you people right now? Like, I just told you I just lost my job making all this money and I'm going to be in debt now. And this is what you're saying to me. And they were like, yeah, because when one door closes, another door opens, right? And so in the moment, we don't see that because we're so distraught about what we're going through that we can't see the bigger picture. And so at the time I was selling franchises, right? And I got fired from that job. And thank God I got fired from that job, because it helped me to go move on to the next steps that I had to go to in life to get to where I am now. Right. So a lot of times when we're in it, we don't realize what we're going through and how it's actually helping us or propelling us for that next phase of our life and of our existence. And so if we start to take a look at life through a different lens, and it's, why is this happening? What is this trying to teach me? Where is this leading me? Right? It's looking at your life through a different lens of, okay, this isn't just happening, it's happening for me, right? And just understanding that anything that you desire can and should be yours. I truly believe that from every being of my core, that everything that you desire can and should be yours. And there was a time that I didn't even understand that, right? Because my life was so poor and so pathetic and so victim mode and so negative that I didn't understand the things that I'm saying to you right now. So wherever it is that you are, just know and understand that your thinking and your belief system and everything that you know, it's on the way to changing. And the first time that we hear something or we receive something, we're not always open to it because it's so new to us, right? That's why people would much rather stay in an abusive situation or in a bad marriage or in a bad business, because it's easier to stay in the misery of what you know than to take the leap and to try and do the unknown, right? Because the unknown, it's unknown. And because it's unknown, it's scary for us, right? I had my hair girl was telling me how she hasn't been on a vacation in I don't know how many years because she was in such a bad marriage and she was so afraid to leave him. And now that she's left him, she's like, I'm so happy. She's like, I don't even have a lot in my life, but I'm so happy for the freedom that I have. But when she was in that relationship, she didn't understand what that kind of freedom was going to be like, because we're afraid of the unknown. And so the next step, the next moment, the next day, everything is unknown to us. And so when we live in the unknown, we live in fear, we live in anxiety. When we're living in the past, we're living in the past, right? So we're not creating the future, we're always manifesting, right? So if we're always manifesting and you're thinking about the past and you're perpetuating it, you're just going to manifest more of it. And if you're afraid of what's going to happen in the future, then you're also perpetuating this fear, right? Instead of sitting down and being like, well, this is what I love. This is what I love. I love the sunshine and I love to be outside and I love to go take a drive in my car and I love to just have time to sit and read a book for 10 minutes and I love to go out to dinner with a girlfriend or, you know, an old friend, or I love taking walks around my kids' school. Like, what is it that you love? And I know for some of you, this is going to be a really hard exercise to do because you really don't know. You haven't connected to that place inside of you of where love lives, right? Sometimes it's hard because we disconnect ourselves. We live in misery and suffering for so long that we forget. And so this is your reminder to connect it back to the love spot. You have it in you to do this. It is waiting for you. The life of your dreams is moving towards you. You just need to make a couple of shifts and changes in your life. And I'm really excited for the guests that you're going to get to meet this month. I have some really young entrepreneurs coming onto the show. I have some older entrepreneurs coming onto the show. And it's just a way for you to expand your knowing and your opening and your thinking in life, because while we have 20-something-year-olds who are becoming millionaires, we also have the opposite end of the spectrum of people who didn't find their success until way later in life. And so the key is to enjoy the moment, enjoy the now, this very second in time, and to know that your time is coming, that we have so much time in the world, which was a really hard lesson for me because everything for me, I needed it and I needed it now. And when I lived like that, I didn't even enjoy enjoy the moment of the now. I didn't even enjoy the riches that I was receiving, the money that I was earning, the accolades that I was getting. I was always chasing the next thing. So it's a very different place that I live in right now. I hope that you enjoy listening to my story, my journey. I am in love with all of my fans of the show. I love listening to your thoughts and your feedback. I love when you leave me comments. So I'm really grateful when you do that. For those of you that are new to the show, my name is Shilamida. I hope that this wisdom strikes a chord within you and it inspires you to go out and do something. If you want to find me on social media, I hang out at 50 Shades of Shilamida on Instagram. I also do reels on goddess_of_gratitude. You can find me on Facebook, Shilamida Cooperstein. You can watch my YouTube channel if you're not watching this right now. If you're listening to it, the YouTube channel is 50 Shades of Shilamida. And if you are watching it, you can listen to it on your favorite podcast station, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. They all play the show. I am super excited to know you and to hear about what you're going to create in this world. My website is www.shilamida.com. It's SHILAMIDA. If you need a shot of wisdom, you can go grab one of my books on Amazon or on my website. 31 Days of Gratitude, Create the Life You Desire is a journal. It's interactive. It is something that will help you as much as it's helped hundreds of thousands of others before you. My autobiography is called From Food Stamps to First Class. I tell the story of how I shifted my life and my thinking. It's a personal self-help book. So there are affirmations at every chapter that will help any reader that's reading it. And I also have a children's book called I Am Grateful for My Life. I love you so much. I hope that you're having the most magnificent day, and I will see you soon. Bye.